Brandon Michael, Baller Enterprise, Baller Cigars, paired with purpose. So I got another story, and this is a story about. The title is Barbers Do Not Exist. I'm going to read this story. A man went to the barber shop to have his hair and his beard cut, as always. He started to have a good conversation with the barber who attended him. They talked about so many things on various subjects. Suddenly, they touched on the subject of God. The barber said, "Look, man, I don't believe that God exists, as you say so." "Why do you say that?" said the client. "Well, it's so easy. You just have to go out in the street and realize that God does not exist." "Oh, tell me, if God exists, would there be so many sick people? Would there be abandoned children? If God existed, there would be neither suffering nor pain. I can't think of a God who permits all these things." The client stopped for a minute, thinking, but he didn't want to respond so as to prevent an argument. The barber finished his job and the client went out of the shop. Just after he left the barber shop, he saw a man on the street with a long hair and a beard. It seems that it had been a long time since he had his cut, and he looked so untidy. Then the client again entered the barber shop, and he said to the barber, "You know what? Barbers don't exist." "How come they don't exist?" asked the barber. "Well, I am here, and I am a barber." "No," the client exclaimed, "they don't exist, because if they did, there would be no people with long hair and beard like that man who walks in the street." "Ah, barbers do exist. What happens is that people do not come to us." "Exactly," affirmed the client. "That's the point. God does exist. What happens is people don't go to him and do not look to him. That's why there is so much pain and suffering in the world." So the question you have to ask yourself is, do barbers exist? And if they do, why are there people in the streets that are unkept, uncut, untrimmed? The other question you have to ask yourself is, does God exist? If he does, why are there people out there lost, broken, addicted, unkept? And what if that person with the unkept beard and hair went to the barber, line him up, would he not have after some time and some attention by the barber, come out of that chair a new man, perhaps unrecognizable. And what if somebody broken and confused, addicted, strung out, came to God and allowed Him to do a work in their lives and line them out? Seems pretty straightforward. It's a great story. I do have a barber, fade strong, keeps me lined up, keeps me crispy, keeps the beard nice. And I do have a God, Jesus Christ. He keeps me lined up, focused on Him. Keeps my faith strong. Baller Enterprise, Baller Cigars, paired with purpose.